Hello students, welcome to another session of Vector Basics. In today's class, our objective is to revise what we have learned. So we'll learn length, area and volume in terms of vectors. We'll discuss about Cartesian coordinate system, which is otherwise also called as rectangular coordinate system. And we'll discuss differential length and differential area, differential volume in Cartesian coordinate system. So moving on to revision, in the last class what we have learned is about resolving a given vector r into two components. They are r cos theta component and r sin theta component. Also we have seen about projecting a vector a on another vector b is given by the projection is given by r. If this is b, this is a, then projection of b on vector a is given by b mod b cos theta. We have discussed about dot product, otherwise it is called a scalar product. So for vector a and b with angle theta, the dot product is given by a dot b is equal to mod a mod b cos theta. You can find the relation of projection in this one. Now also we have discussed about cross product, two vectors a and b. If you do the cross product a and b, the resultant will be the third vector, which will be perpendicular to both, which is given by right hand thumb rule. So using this, the value of a cross b is defined as a cross b is equal to mod a mod b sin theta a n cap. If two vectors a is equal to ax cap plus ay cap plus az cap and b is equal to bx ax cap plus by ay cap plus bz az cap are the two vectors, then a dot b is given by ax bx plus ay by plus az bz, whereas a cross b is given by ax determinant ax cap ay cap az cap ax ay az bx by and bz. So this is how we calculate the dot product as well as cross product. So regarding length, area and volume, in a Cartesian coordinate system with x, y, z axis, if one point is there a, another point b is there, then a vector joining a and b is represented as, if this is a, this is b, is represented as vector rab. So vector rab is nothing but vector rb minus vector ra. So this we have studied. Now this is about length vector or distance vector. Now about area. So if you have a Cartesian coordinate system like this with z axis, y axis and x axis, so along this you have, in this one you have a plane, for example. So this is a surface, this is the direction of x axis. Now this surface, this is the surface we have. So this surface has two directions. Is this surface a vector or scalar is the first question. So does this is a scalar quantity if this has only the magnitude. The area has magnitude, obviously it has the magnitude. But does this have a direction? If it has a direction, then it will be a vector. But if you see this diagram, we can say that it has direction, because this surface, this part, the front side of the surface is always directed towards x-axis, and the back side of the surface is directed towards the minus x-axis. Oh, this is x-axis, this is y-axis, this is z-axis. Now if another plane in this direction, if I keep the right towards right or towards left, there is a direction. So the area is, or surface is, a vector. So we represent this as vector S. Now what is vector S? Vector S is area. Area is nothing but its magnitude into a unit vector perpendicular to that. So here in this case it will be in the direction of ax cap. In this case it will be towards the direction of ay cap. So area is a vector, remember. Area is not a scalar quantity, area is a vector quantity. Now if you go for volume, consider the same Cartesian coordinate system where we are drawing a cube with the different dimensions. Now what about this volume V? Is this a vector? If vector, it should have both magnitude and direction. It has magnitude because it contains some volume, right? So since this has some volume, it has magnitude. Now does this has a direction? No. Why? Because the volume of this surface, the shape is just depend on the shape. It doesn't depend in which direction the shape is there. It is the amount of matter or amount of substance that is included in this one. That is what volume actually, or the amount of space which it consumes. So it doesn't have a direction. Whereas length has a direction, area has direction, but volume has no direction, and volume is a scalar quantity. It is just represented as V. So this is very important. Length is a vector quantity, area is a vector quantity, the direction of length is along the line, and direction of area is perpendicular to the surface, and volume is a scalar quantity. This is very important. Now consider a parallelogram with the points A, B, C, D. Now I have to find the area of this one. So area of the parallelogram will be the base into height. So base into h. Now what is base? Area I can represent as S. Area should be a vector. So magnitude of that vector will be b into h. So what is b? B is nothing but the length of the vector. So this is nothing but a vector RAB. So as I said, the length is a vector, so it is RAB. So this is also another vector. This is RAD. So if you see from this one, so what is the length? Base. So area, magnitude of the area will be b into base into height. So what is base? RAB into h. Now from this triangle, the adjacent side will be cos theta component and opposite side will be sin theta component. So I can say that RAD, length of RAD, sin theta will be the length of height. So can I write it is RAB into RAD sin theta. This is area, and the direction of area as a vector, we can say that magnitude of area into unit vector perpendicular to that. So I can write it as RAB, RAD, length of RAB, length of RAD. These all are vectors, and when you take the magnitude, it becomes a scalar, sin theta an cap. So RAB, RAD sin, which is, we have studied, this is nothing but vector RAB cross vector RAD. So this is how we can calculate area of a given parallelogram. So we'll discuss a case of, this is in the case of parallelogram. We'll discuss in the case of triangle. For example, there is a triangle with the vertices A, B, C. We can define a vector called RAB, which is from A to B, and we can define another vector which is RAC, which is from A to C. Now, as we said, RAB cross RAC will give what? The area of this parallelogram. So it will give the entire parallelogram's area, but we want only half of that. So if I take half of this one, that is divided by 2, if I do, what I am getting is area vector of triangle, S triangle. So the area of the triangle S of triangle is given by half RAB cross RAC. This is a very important expression. If it is parallelogram, this half is not there, otherwise it is half of RAB cross RAC. We'll see an example. Consider a triangle with coordinates 1, 1, 2, 1, 2 and 2, and this is 1, 3, 4. So if this is the vector, then for example I will take this as 2, 3, 4. So if this is the triangle, we have to find the area of this triangle, and area vector will be always perpendicular to this surface. It will be perpendicular to this surface, which makes a 90 degree with the surface. So I have to find this vector, area vector. So how to find? I need to know the vector AB, vector RAB, also vector RAC. The vectors are not given, instead the points are given. Now what is RAB? Vector RAB is nothing but vector RB minus vector RA. So vector RB is nothing but 1 AX cap plus 2 AY cap plus 2 AZ cap. Why? See here, this is 1, so 1 AX cap, 2 Y component, so 2 AY cap, and Z components 2, so 2 AZ cap. So similarly I can write for A, right? So it will be minus AX cap plus AY cap plus 2 AZ cap. So as you see here, AX cap, AY cap and 2 AZ cap. So that is what we have used here. So you will get 1 minus 1 0, 2 minus 1 will be AY cap plus 2 minus 2 will be 0. So it will be AY cap alone. So this is about the case of RAB. So similarly, can we write for RAC? So what is vector RAC? So RAC, see here, what I got is the difference between these two, 1 minus 1, that is 0, and 2 minus 1, that is 1 AY, and 2 minus 2, that is 0. So similarly, can I do here 2 minus 1, that is 1 AX cap, 3 minus 1, that will be 2 AY cap, and 4 minus 2, that will be 2 AZ cap. So you got two vectors. One is vector RAB, another one is vector RAC. Now what we want is the area. So vector S is nothing but half into vector RAB cross RAC, which is nothing but half into determinant. What is our AX cap, AY cap, AZ cap into RAB. The coefficients are 0, 1, 0, and for RAC the coefficients are 1, 2 and 2. So 1, 2, 2, which will give AX half into AX cap into 2 minus 0, so that will be 2. minus, so this is plus term, this is the minus term, so minus ay cap into 0 minus 0, that will be 0, into plus az cap into, in bracket, 2 minus 1, that will be minus 1, 2 into 0, that will be 0 minus 1, 1 minus 1. So it is nothing but half into 2ax cap minus az cap. So this is the vector, or simply I can write ax cap minus 1 by 2 az cap. So this is the area vector. Yes. Okay. Now what is the magnitude of S? It is asked about how to find the magnitude of S. Mod S will be magnitude of, that is square root of, we have vector is ax cap minus half z cap, so root of 1 square plus 0 square plus half square, so that will be square root of 1.2. so this is the magnitude. So this is about calculating the area of a vector. Now moving to the Cartesian coordinate system, this is what we have seen so far in all the examples. Cartesian coordinate system with the 3 coordinates x, y, z. So any point in this one can be represented as a small x, a small y, small z. So that point can be reached by moving along x-axis a distance of x, and along y a distance of y, and along z a distance of z. So I am moving along x-axis, that is why x ax cap, along y-axis, so y ay cap, along z I am moving z amount, so z az cap. So this is any vector in Cartesian coordinate system. So the coordinates are x, y, z, and unit vectors are ax cap, ay cap, and az cap. Simple. We have studied this one so far, and we have used this as an example in all the cases. Cartesian coordinate system or rectangular coordinate system. Moving into differential length, differential volume, and differential surface in Cartesian coordinate system. So why we need a differential? So what is differential element? You know, dx. Dx is nothing but delta x tends to 0. So any property which we want to study, if you find it for a small element, once we get the expression for that small element, we can integrate it for the entire volume or entire surface or entire length. That is what the principle of. See, if you have a function of f of x, if you apply that for a dx, then if you know what is the response for dx, then you can integrate from beginning to last. That is what we do. So using the same principle, we want the differential length, differential area, and differential volume in different coordinate system. Here we are discussing about Cartesian coordinate system. So in Cartesian coordinate system, along the x-axis, so whatever represented in x-axis is in green, so along the x-axis whichever represented in green line are the lengths dx. So it is along the x-axis, so its unit vector is ax cap. So dl along x-axis is represented as dx ax cap. So this is actually we are discussing about length. So whatever represented in red color, which is in the direction of y-axis, so dl, vector dl along y-axis is dy with the unit vector ay cap. There is no other unit vector because it is in the direction of y. And whichever represented in yellow, that is dl along z-axis, is length is dz and unit vector is az cap. So these are the differential length in different directions. Now about the area. So we want to study about the area. So first, there are how many surfaces for a cube? The cube has 6 surfaces. We'll see from front surface, that is the front surface, which is directed towards x-axis, which is in the direction of x-axis. So the unit vector, so we want ds front. So better I will write in black. I will name it as vector ds in the direction of front. So which is equal to, what is the direction of front, which is in x-axis, so unit vector will be ax cap. But what is the magnitude of that space? So if you see that space, actually this is the area, this is the area, and it has the length as dy and breadth as dz. So the area will be dy into dz, that will be the magnitude. So I can write it as dy along y-axis and dz in z-axis. So dy dz ax cap. So can you tell me what is the unit vector along, or your area vector in the backward direction? ds back, area vector towards the back direction. So which is having minus ax cap as the direction. So minus ax cap. And what are the dimensions? The dimensions are, you can see the back side, y and z. So again it will be dy into dz. So can you tell other areas? So how many areas we have remaining? 4. They are ds right, ds left, ds top, ds bottom. What are? Now ds right is towards right, which is in the direction of y. So the unit vector will be ay cap, and ds left is in the other direction, it will be having a minus ay cap. Now what are the parameters, or what is the area of that surface which is having a yellow and green line, that is x and y? So I can say dx dz ay cap, and this is minus dx dz ay cap. What about top? Top is having the direction of z axis, so unit vector is az, whereas bottom is minus z axis, so minus az cap. So what is the magnitude? Green and red, which is dx, and red is dy. So dx dy is dy. So it is easy. When the direction is x, the remaining 2 are the parameters. So there are 6 differential surfaces: front, back, right, left, top and bottom. You can find based on the direction. Remember, in the Cartesian coordinate system always we use x as the front, y towards right and z towards top. Now one more is nothing but the volume. So what is the volume? Volume is a scalar quantity v, as we discussed, and it doesn't have any direction but only the value. So the value depends on length into breadth into height. So length x axis is dx, length along y axis is dy, and length along z axis is dz. So it will be dx dy dz. So these are the 3 things we will see in a differential element, and this we will be using for deriving anything regarding to the coordinate systems or regarding to the electric field, magnetic field, etc. So this is very important. So that's all about today's class. Thank you.